I do play a very slow form of the game. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to Coldborough Farm once again, where today, yes, already got stuck up on words. I'm doing well. Today, by demand of literally one person, because that's all that answered my call last week, I'm going to pay off the loan as much as possible. €35,000 gone. Now, for this week's poll, I'm going to actually make a poll in cards. For this week's poll, what do you want me to do in the next video? I'll come up with some options because I've literally just thought this up. Do you want me to mow the field edges around here? Do you want me to do more seeding? Because I'm fairly sure there's still seeding that needs to be done. Or do you want me to come out with the fertilizer spreader and start fertilizing? Now, if it's mowing, I'll have to reset the mower because that's up at Yatton Ridge. And my god, that thing is slow. So there are the three options that I'll give you guys. I have another option in the poll, and if you choose that, leave a comment down below and say what you'd like to see, because I can't harvest. It has to be something that I can actually do. It's not going to be like harvest something or buy another field, because I'm not taking out a loan immediately after repaying it. So what we're going to do now, we're going to hop into the deer, and we are going to shut the door here. Like that. Ooh, it's got indoor sounds. I do enjoy when a mod has indoor sounds. And I'm going to get my feet onto the pedals and kick whatever's on the floor that's blocking my right foot. And let's get seeding. I was just leaving the tractor warm up real quick, because that's the thing you do, isn't it? I'm somehow... How did I not turn enough? Oh dear. Now, I did say in yesterday's stream that I was going to test some mods. I haven't quite got around to that yet. That's going to be something I'll do after the video. I don't have them currently installed, but I want to test out the... What mods do I want to test? There's a contracting mod, which should be interesting. There is... and that will work really nicely with another mod that I'm planning on doing, which is the rock spawn mod. That'll require a couple of extra mods is on top of it, so... I'll have to do some looking about, some research. And the third is a bit left field. The third is going to be a class Ariane 650, which I've looked at on Mod Hoster. It looks amazing. I may also check. Well, I'm going to check out as well a Cat Challenger, because number one, it's going to be in Farm Sim 17. Number two, it's tracked, and number three, it looks quite good. I have heard some slightly less good things about it, like the zip is locked, which I can download a tool to unlock the zip, because I've also heard that it has some errors that can be relatively easily fixed. So that's the plan, at the very least. One error is definitely very easily fixed. It's a raw file format, it's a PNG, it needs to be DDS for it to work. And that's a very, very easy fix to do. So we're just going to finish up field 7 today, and where is my book with what has... There it is. What has my list of things, what needs to be done. And we'll be moving into field 2 after this, apparently. So while I'm doing this, I'm actually watching on my phone the analytics from yesterday's video, because I'm still kind of experimenting with definitely upload times. I think I'm quite happy with my tagging situation. I've got a few new tags in just to get them search views, yo. Them metadatas. And as well as that, I'm putting up videos on Mod Central. So if you're here from Mod Central, hello, how are you doing? It is very much appreciated that you came and checked out the video. You're very welcome here. I hope you stay. I do play a very slow form of the game. I know people, including Simulate, who I'm friends with, and I don't mind making this criticism. People do say that you should never play soil mod on YouTube because it's super slow and you end up spending ages just doing field work, and that's true. But that's kind of how I want to play the game. And I do have the Little Town series, which doesn't have soil mod, but I am using very small equipment. There's going to be a new series coming up soon with Simulate in multiplayer, and yeah, that's going to be fun. I hope. I do seem to get stuck in the same tractor in multiplayer a lot though, so that's a bit of an odd one. What else? There's a lot of stuff going on lately. Iceland, as I'm recording this, are losing to France, and last time I checked the score it was 4-0. It's probably significantly more at the final whistle, which you guys all know by now, so that's kind of a point of nothing right there. So yeah, the small channel update, because it needs to be done. There was no stream today. That was intentional. No Roller Coaster Tycoon content at all today. That was also somewhat well, it was unintentional. I kind of ran out of time to record it. I'm going to be moving Roller Coaster Tycoon to a video that will air at about 4 o'clock. Mainly because I think it may be better for video content than a stream, because most of the stream ends up me waiting for money to come in the game, so I can cut that stuff out of the videos. And, you know, streamline that content down. There'll be no more Monday streams because I need to free up Mondays just a bit. I was literally asked by my dad before I came up to record this, do you want to go to visit some friends in England for a weekend, because I'll give you the money and you can do it. I just said no, because quite honestly I don't need a break. I do need to figure out where to sit though, because the new chair that I have is higher than the old one, and every time I move my hand around I'm like whacking myself. I'm punching myself in the stomach, which is probably more an issue of my weight than where I'm sitting, to be quite honest. Yeah, it's some small changes for now. I'm considering making some more sweeping ones in the future, just because I can see content underperforming, and I'm gonna give it a couple of weeks. Just to see what tagging the living crap out of videos and embedding them on Mod Central will do. Again, if you're from Mod Central, you're very welcome. Hope you stay. I'm just kind of thinking out loud, that's what I do a lot in videos. This is what I consider my main series, just so everybody is aware. I know I've got more ATS videos than more ATS videos than I do on this, but I do consider this to be my main series. ATS is just me chilling out in videos, and I may drop an ATS video or two during the week as well. I may drop down to one ATS video a week, but I allow myself some casual play time, and maybe get 2 more Farm Sim series going. So the multiplayer one and the second one that I haven't decided on, that will do legit off-screen work instead of the off-camera quote-unquote streams that I do. Which, if you're wondering why I call those streams off-camera work, it's because it's literally the work I would normally do off-camera. And the work that a lot of people would normally do off-camera. It's just my way of kind of making the off-camera stuff a bit more fun for me, and giving you guys some really interactive content, because 90% of the time I'm doing something I don't really need to think about too much. That's why the streams tend to be me just being a bit more chilled out and relaxing, and I know I take them seriously, because I mean, there's no point in just... I don't mean this in a negative way, and I'm not criticizing. Like, all the stuff I say is just my own opinions. I never directly criticize people. That's just my thing. There's no point in me being like really goofy all the time, especially in streams. I know I'm chilling out, but you know, the streams are going into playlists still, and as a result, I do like having some rules in place. And the rules are pretty basic, you know, no swearing, don't spam anything, don't you know, self-advertise or self-promote unless I say it's okay, and don't ask for that, more importantly. If I allow somebody to self-promote, it's because I enjoy their content. So, for example, Simulate has the freedom to say... actually, don't, you know, the no self-promotion is mainly just don't come into the channel. Don't come into the chat and say, hey, check out my channel, and then leave because you're a Minecraft YouTuber. That seems to be their entire marketing strategy, is just to come onto other channels because they've seen... I don't even know who does this. Who started this nonsense, but they come into like live streams and say, hey, check out my channel. It's invariably a Minecraft YouTuber, and they invariably have like 3 videos. I don't know why. Like, who started this nonsense? I want to know this because I want to find out and just like dislike literally all of their videos, which I know is helping them because I know how the YouTube algorithm works. A dislike, it means the exact same thing as a like. It's engagement, which is what YouTube now goes on. So if you're one of these people who goes around disliking videos, number one, leave a reason you're disliking, unless you're disliking as a form of protest for something I've said, in which case I would still appreciate you leaving a reason, because I'd like to know what I've done to insult people. I'm being blunt, you know, if I insult you, tell me. Even if it's unintentional, let me know what I've done, and as long as you're not one of these damn third wave quote-unquote feminists who are really misandrists, I'll probably apologise and not do, or try not to do the same thing again. I can't guarantee I won't be an idiot. But I do, you know, I do want you guys to feel comfortable and, I say safe. I do want you guys to be comfortable and enjoy the content for what it is, not just, you know, come in, I say something dumb, and you guys get insulted and leave. If I say something dumb, let me know I've said something dumb. I have literally no problem with that, as long as you're civil about it. Just say, hey, you said this thing, and that was a really dumb thing to say, because reason. Instead of saying, you know, instead of just flat out insulting me. And I realize now that I've done something similar to a different YouTuber. Not somebody that I have promoted ever, but well, I think I might have. But they've got opinions that I strongly disagree with, and claim to be an intellectual, but have said some really stupid things. So I unsubscribed from them because I don't want to associate myself with somebody who has those opinions. And if I've got opinions that you disagree with so wholeheartedly, I have no problem with you unsubscribing. But I would appreciate you at least letting me know that, hey, you know, this opinion is completely contrary to my position on this issue. And give me some, give me some arguments. This is one thing that I will never ever deny people is, if you want to say, if I say something and you disagree with it, tell me and argue your point, even if it's in private messages or a DM on Twitter, or you add me on Steam just to argue with me. If you argue your point, I'm not gonna silence you. Because I believe strongly in the freedom of speech. Freedom of speech isn't one way. You can't just say anything you want. Freedom of speech is, you say what you want, and I completely have the right to call you an idiot for saying what you just said. That is freedom of speech. You can say, Obama is a mole person, monkey man, which I've seen so much in America. Why the hell do you have such a vendetta against Obama, America? But you can say that. I can tell you to shut your mouth because you're being an idiot. I'm just exercising my freedom of speech. I'm not restricting yours. And more importantly, the Second Amendment, is it the First Amendment in America's freedom of speech? The Second Amendment is you can all have guns, which that's a whole different kettle of fish. But the First Amendment, the freedom of speech thing in America is so misunderstood because people think it means I can say whatever I want and you have absolutely no right to tell me to shut my mouth because I'm being an idiot. No. In fact, it's the exact opposite. You can say whatever you want, but everybody else can tell you to shut up. And everybody else can call you an idiot. That's them exercising their freedom of speech. And a lot of Americans say, oh, you can't tell me to shut up, I'm exercising my freedom of speech. Well, if I can't do that, then you're restricting my freedom of speech, so shut up. You're wrong. That seems to be the argument whenever somebody's like proven wrong. It's like, oh, it's my freedom of speech, I can say what I want. Yeah, so can I. And I can tell you you're wrong. Deal with it. Anyway, back to seeding, because I've gone way off topic and started talking politics. I have this really bad habit of starting to talk politics. Which I guess if you're not into politics is either a bad thing or making you interested in politics, which is a good thing. If you find politics dull, I do apologize. If politics offends you, then I don't blame you, because all politicians are liars. I think the Leave campaign in the UK proved that quite nicely. Oh, we'll stop immigration. Actually, we won't. Oh, £350 million a week for the NHS. Actually, that's more like 113 million after the rebate. Actually 113 million before the UK rebate, because the UK gets all sorts of exemptions from European rules, which was another argument of the Leave campaign, was, oh, we've got so many European rules, blah 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 blah. Yeah, you've got opt-outs of like 90% of them UK, as do Ireland, because we managed to get the same bargaining chip somehow, which is why Ireland isn't part of the Schengen area. I have a sneaking suspicion Ireland will suddenly become a Schengen country in about 3 years' time when the UK has left the EU. And I have no problems with that, because it means it's easier to get to Spain, where it's sunny and beautiful. Or Prague, where it's really actually quite beautiful, I've been told, by my dad, who's been to Prague several times. You know, the bonus for Irish people is if the UK leaves and Ireland gets into Schengen, it basically means we can go to Germany and admire the Brandenburg Gate a lot easier than we currently can. Or go to Paris and admire the Eiffel Tower and the Mona Lisa and all that kind of stuff without having to present our passports in France. Yeah, I've got no issue with that. Because the UK and Ireland for some reason have this special travel area which is somehow different from Schengen. because the special travel area doesn't require you to have a passport, which Schengen also doesn't require you to have a passport as you're passing through. But I have no idea what the difference is. And I've lived in Ireland my entire life and gone through the special travel border thingy multiple times. Number one, you do actually need a passport, and number two, Dublin has crazy good customs and immigration checks. Also, the guys at immigration and customs in Dublin are really friendly. I got stopped by one of them one day because he looked at my passport and said, "Oh, you're from Tipperary. I've been there a few times. Where else are you from?" I told him, and he said, "Oh, I play football there. Gaelic football, not soccer. Gaelic football, not English football, or American football, or Aussie rules football, or whatever other kind, beach football, or volley football, or darts football." Football darts is something I saw the other day. Yesterday, I was browsing around through Facebook and Imgur, as I tend to do, or Imgur, or Imager, or whatever you want to call it. I don't care what you call it. But I was browsing around, and there was a post about, and this is where I got a lot of my random information from, is browsing comedy sites. A lot of my random information just comes from random browsing, which is somewhat fitting, I guess. But I was browsing, and there was a post about, what's it called? Foot darts, I think it is? Where it's like this giant inflatable dartboard, and you kick, like it's got Velcro on it, and you kick felt footballs at it, and it sticks, and it's like darts but with footballs. That could get me into kicking things, I must admit, because that does look like fun. There's also a form of football where everybody's wearing these giant inflatable balls, and you essentially just launch yourselves at each other. That looks really fun, and surprisingly safe. I was checking, coming down here again because I vividly remember missing a bit. Here it is. Also, we're still on the first trailer of seeds, and I checked it before I started recording. We're at 32% left in the trailer, which means that we have created far more seeds than we actually need, and didn't really need to seed the wheat or the corn, which means that next time around we won't need to seed the corn, because we'll have a ridiculous excess of seeds. In fact, next time around we'll probably forgo the corn, which I've already said. But as well as that, we will probably... Well, I was gonna... I would probably like seed canola there, because that gives good money. Barley gives slightly... If I were to do barley and then do a bit of a cheeky thing and chaff up the straw, I could get insane money from silage, which is an option. Because I do have a couple of people I could give this map to that I trust to not give it out. I don't give out this map willy-nilly. Somebody literally offered to pay for it today, as I'm, the day that I'm recording this. I'm streaming. Somebody offered after the stream, "Oh, what if I gave you money for your Cobra edit?" I'm like, no, number one, it's not that good of an edit. It's a very small edit. Number two, I'm not breaking any terms of service or anything. I'm not gonna, like, give you... Trackhat doesn't work in this, Dave. You didn't see that, but I did actually look over to one side. I better actually just... Real quick. Where's my pen gone? Oh, there's a pencil here. Just tick off the wheat in field 7. Because I am keeping track of what's seeded. Because I'm being smart. Dang it. Press the wrong... I said I pressed the wrong button. I pulled the wrong lever. Cronk. So let's turn on the seeder again and get going. I've forgotten what I was in the middle of. Oh yeah, somebody literally offered to pay for this map, and quite frankly, I did this in an hour. This is an hour of editing, and the reason they were offering to pay was because they couldn't figure out how to install soil mod. Number one, there's no shortage of tutorials out there. Number two, it's a very easy script to install. Of all the scripts that I've installed in maps, the Compost Master's probably the toughest. Seeds 2 to complement Pigs and Beef is actually really difficult because you gotta do some Lua editing that you normally wouldn't have to do. Soil mod, very easy, it's an i3D edit. There's no importing, exporting, side porting. It's an i3 edit and a copy and paste. That's literally how to install soil mod. And the instructions that come with the mod, very, very clear. So I have no sympathy for anybody who claims they can't install it. Because number one, you don't have to open Giants Editor once. Number two, the instructions are very clear and very simple. And number three, even if you couldn't understand the instructions, there are plenty of tutorials out there for you to watch. So, needless to say, my answer is no, because number one, it's breaking Giants' terms of service, you cannot sell maps. Number two, I'm not going to be that person who sells private edits. Number three, this is a private edit. Only those that I wholeheartedly trust get it, and even that's kind of a bit reluctantly in its own way. No offense to anybody who I've given the map to, it's just kind of the way that I don't like giving stuff away. Well, I do like giving stuff away. I like giving away videos for free. I like streaming, you know, that's giving away content essentially for free. All I ask is that you occasionally watch an ad, and you can do whatever you want then after that. Also, don't like download the videos and re-upload them somewhere else, because I will come down on you so bloody hard and so fast. But yeah, I've no interest in distributing this map. If I want to give away a map, if I want to do a map that I can release, number one, I'll make a big edit to it. I'll make a huge edit, change all the yards, change a few of the fields up, maybe even change the inherent look of the map, change all the textures. I have no interest in doing that with Coldborough. I think the map is almost perfect. The way that it is, the edits that I made here are small and primarily visual. I mean, most of the big changes, most of the big sweeping changes have been textures. And swapping soil mod for, or swapping out Guillemis Calc GMK for soil mod, which I know Simulate's having some issues installing GMK, as well as that he doesn't know how to what it's called, but he has some issues installing it because I don't know why. Yeah, I only know how to get it out of a map, I don't know how to get it in. So if you want to get GMK in a map, don't come to me. If you want soil mod in a map, well, actually soil mod is so easy to install, it's like a 5-10 minute job. Really, you don't need somebody else to do it for you. If you want buildings moved around and you can't run Giants Editor, yeah, I have no problem doing that and giving the map back to you and deleting the version that I have. No issues whatsoever. As long as, you know, there's the inherent agreement that you do not distribute the map under any circumstances, and if you do distribute the map, that you do not associate my name with it, because my name's all I have. I don't want it being dragged through the mud by some idiot who doesn't know how to keep a private map private. That's why I don't generally mention the fact that this is a private edit. Well, I do mention it quite a lot, because some people I know will download Coldborough and say, huh, this looks absolutely nothing like the version RainbowDave is using. Yeah, I've edited this version, because it suits the way I want to play on this map. And if and when the West Coast arrives, I'll have a look at it for a few hours and see what I think of it on first inspection, and then, if necessary, I'll make similar changes. Because I have a play style that I aim for, and if I can't get it with the map, I might even, do away with soil mod on the west coast, because that looks like it's going to be a huge map. Coldborough is relatively small by the standard. Well, it's about the same size as the standard map that I do use soil mod on, which is quite large. I'm insane, I know, deal with it. Have you seen my truck in ATS? That should have told you immediately I'm insane. Please don't make me put in the password. There we go. So yeah, I'm kind of looking at the ATS video now, the analytics. And I don't tend to talk about analytics much, because, quite frankly, they're boring, but while I'm doing this experiment, I might talk about them a bit more, and what they mean to me. So, I'm looking at the ATS video that I put live yesterday, about an hour ago for me, almost. And I can say that last week's video got 22 views in a week. Or 22 views in... When did that go live? Can I see when this went live? Audience retention is terrible in that. Can I see when this video went live, please, YouTube? Any more? No, not that one. That's this one. Went live. It's not saying when it went live, which is annoying. Public. A few days ago, went live. Wait, went live on Friday. No, couldn't have been Friday. It would have been last Tuesday. Yeah, it would have been Tuesday. So in just under a week, it's got 22 views. This is me working it out from my own schedule. Today's video in just under an hour has got 10 views. And I can't get an audience retention report yet, but I'm hoping it's better retention than the previous video. Audience retention is how long people watch a video for on average. So for example, the Little Town video that went live a couple of days ago has a retention of 5 minutes 38 seconds. And for some reason there's a big peak near the end. Or 15% viewed. 16.3% of the video has been viewed on average. Which, how is the first second not at 100%? YouTube, you make no sense. But I've got the analytics, the Creator Studio app on my phone. So for example, if I go into comments, I can tell you that TNT Gaming on yesterday's video said, no offense, but I think you need to practice reversing, and I have absolutely no argument with that. Zero arguments. I do need to practice reversing in ATS because I'm terrible. In fact, I'm gonna reply to him in a moment after I've finished the video and let him know that I do completely agree. In any case, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Been going for about 35 minutes, so that's a good amount of time for a video. I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching. Why did my voice crack like that? I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 15 on Coldborough Farm on my edit, I guess, where I've changed a lot of the textures and just scooted some stuff about a bit. Please vote in the poll about what I do, because I'd forgotten what the options were. Mowing, seeding, fertilizing, or something else. And if you vote something, if you vote other, do please put a comment down below saying what the other thing you want me to do is, and basically whatever wins out. Well, why did I pause? Basically whatever wins out, I'll do. And if it's other, I'll just choose one of the random tasks that you guys set me. Just so you guys get a bit of control into the videos. It can't be something that costs money because that's problematic. So yeah, until next time, stay safe and goodbye.